All right. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you are able to hear me clearly and you are also able to see my screen. So welcome everyone to the webinar Conversational Analytics Made Easier and Smarter with Luminore's Ask Me. We have the chat in Zoom. So if you have any questions during the presentations, you can just put it in the chat and our team will get to you and answer your questions. Also, in the last 15 minutes, we can cover any remaining questions as well. So I'll be starting sharing the presentation and we'll start going through. So let me just quickly give a brief introduction about myself as well. So hello everyone, I'm Himanshi Garg and I'm part product team in Lumenore. So Lumenore is our BI and analytics tool. And today we'll be covering the conversational analytics aspect of the tool. And the module we will be covering today will be Ask Me. So with that, I think we can get started. Let me just move to the next slide. Great. If you are not able to see my screen or having issues listening to me, you can surely put it in the chat. I'm hoping everyone is able to properly. Thank you. So today we'll be covering how the evolution of BI and analytics has been so far. So in this, we'll be exploring about how BI has evolved from manual reports to conversational AI. Secondly, we'll also be covering common pitfalls of legacy BI. We'll highlight what are the key challenges of legacy BI tools and how conversational analytics is the new future of AI and analytics. And we'll also look at it is revolutionizing the field of business intelligence. Next, we'll focus on the conversational analytics made smarter with Ask Me. So we will be showcasing how Ask Me, which is our conversational analytics module, how it is making analytics easy for everyone. Lastly, we will also be covering certain real world use cases. So we have picked up one use case in particular, and we will show it in action to you. In the last 15 minutes, we can look at the question and answers. Meanwhile, you can put all the question and answers in the chat, and our team will be happy to answer those. So with that, let me begin. Right. So here, as you can see, we are talking about the evolution of BI and analytics since the 1970s till today, how the field of business intelligence and analytics have evolved over time, right? So if we look at the left, where we can see in the 1970s or 80s, there was a lot of focus on static manual reporting, right? So businesses used to rely on manual data entry and static reports, which made like historical data analysis very time consuming and a little bit inefficient as well, right? So then came the 90s, where a lot of focus shifted from manual reporting to the BI dashboards. So this through these BI dashboards, it was offering visual representations of key business metrics, which made it pretty easier to track performance for the business users. Then came the eras of the 2000s, wherein self-service BI came into the picture and it empowered the business users to create and customize their own reports, right? So which reduced the dependency on the IT teams, etc. Moving on to the next decade, which is the 2010s, a lot of focus was on machine learning and NLP integration into the BI field. So in the 2010s, we saw that a lot of machine learning, neural networks, natural language processing was integrated within the BI, which enabled predictive analytics and natural language processing to a certain extent for deeper insights within the BI tools. But the actual revolution came when we talk about the current decade, which is the 2020s, wherein we saw the emergence of generative AI with all the LLM models coming into the picture. And that is where the conversational analytics, took on. So when the conversational analytics was powered by this generative AI, users could ask questions in real time using the natural language, using their native language. And that kind of is replacing the static reports, with those dynamic insights that user can get on the go. And we are slowly also moving towards the future, which is the agentic AI. So we can think of it as autonomous agents will be proactively providing you the insights, and it will automate the decisions and it will automate the workflows across businesses. So this is where we are currently at, right? So we are in the era of generative AI, which is helping the conversational analytics. And also somewhere we have started involving AI agents, agentic AI into the picture as well. So with that picture of how we have evolved in the field of business intelligence, I want to move on to what were certain common pitfalls that we saw in terms of the legacy BI solution that we were looking at. So in terms of legacy BI solutions, what we observed previously, and few of the businesses are still following these BI solutions wherein their questions or their KPIs are pretty much static, and the environment is not very dynamic, changing every day. So for those businesses, they are still on the legacy BI systems. But wherein the system, the environment is very dynamic, you need to ask new questions every day. That is where conversational analytics will come into the picture that I will cover in the next slide. So looking at the challenges or the common pitfalls of legacy BI systems, the first one being it took a long development cycles. So even a small change, every change or update to certain dashboards or reports typically will require a full software development lifecycle process. This means that even a small tweak often ends up taking weeks or even months to implement, right? This leads to ultimately slow and rigid reporting. So the legacy PI systems trigger reports based on predefined criteria, which can make them a little bit rigid and slow with manual updates required for any change. Secondly, a lot of learning or technical know-how can be required for certain BI systems as well, right? So user might face a complex user interaction, and there can be certain high dependency on specialists as well, which can limit the accessibility of these systems to a broader audience. Thirdly, it can lead to a constrained data exploration. So exploring data might feel a bit restrained or restricted because there are only certain few or fixed drill down paths, right? So this can reduce a flexibility or hinder certain in-depth analysis. Fourthly, it can also lead to certain high maintenance costs because you need regular updates, you need patches, require dedicated support and resources, which can lead to certain high operational costs if you have a very heavy BI dashboard that you are working on. And lastly, the capability to handle unstructured data might be limited in these systems in terms of the files like Word, PDFs, etc. So with those challenges in mind, in the next slide, we want to look at how conversational analytics, how AI agents can help resolve these problems, to a certain extent. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can feel free to put it in the chat of Zoom, and our team will be happy to answer those. Right. So moving on to the next slide, this is where we will learn about how conversational analytics, conversational AI is the future of analytics. So you can access your data using natural language. There are AI agents which can help you in understanding augmented analytics, augmented insights, and getting those very quickly for you, right? So you can get very much dynamic and instant insights when you are using any conversational AI tool, right? So you can just type your question like, what is my sales by region, categories, and you'll be able to get on the go answers based on the near real time data, which can make decisions very quick, agile, and easy for you, right? So if you're an executive and you're looking to understand what is my profit by different categories, you can just go into these systems and type, give me profit by categories. So it will be able to quickly give you niche, good charts in which you can analyze, and it will also be able to give you insights and recommendations on the go. So this allows for a lot of simplified analysis for all users, right? So this technology is not just for specialists, this is analytics for everyone. So it reduces dependency on the IT teams, and it can allow businesses to access and analyze their data on their own. In the next point, I want to highlight that with this conversation AI, you can do a lot of flexible data exploration. So you'll be able to dig deeper into data with contextual follow-up queries. So this flexibility allows you to explore data from various angles without being restricted to certain, fixed path, which can be the case with the reports. Also, an added advantage with these can be it offers a simplified maintenance because there is no need to maintain very complex dashboards. You can get on-demand insights with much less effort. So that this can cut down the maintenance or support cost a little bit. And finally, it offers a very comprehensive analysis. So conversational analytics can pull insights from all types of data. So even unstructured ones like your text, PDF, words can enable a comprehensive analysis across your entire data set. So that is where conversational AI has an added advantage over the legacy BI tools. So if you are in a very ever-changing environment, you're working in a business where there are new questions, new KPIs to look at every day from different angles, conversational AI is the tool for you. So if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. Meanwhile, I'll move to the next slide. And this is where I want to highlight the importance of a module such as the Lumenore Ask Me module that we have in our tool, and how it has made analytics pretty much easier and simpler and smarter for everyone. So you can now ask anything about your business data, and you'll be able to receive instant insights. And we have also powered that by the AI agents. So whether you are looking for performance trends, forecast, or even root cause analysis, Ask Me can deliver those answers quickly and help you drive informed decisions. So we deploy almost every type of specialized agent based on your query type, whether it be data science analysis, whether it be root cause exploration, narrative insights, or any sort of visualization changes that you want to do on the go. So I want to highlight some key features of Lumenore Ask Me, and then we'll move to the live demo post this, where I'll be showcasing all these features to you as well. So the key features of Ask Me are it can speak your business language. So this is, I think, very important. So you can add certain tailored descriptions and industry context with synonyms that can help AI interpret your business language and queries more effectively. So this is a very important point. You can also create on-the-go metrics like, say, profit margin or EBITDA directly by typing in the queries. So if you don't have a certain column that you're looking for and you want analysis on that, you can create those instantly within Ask Me. Thirdly, you can also find out root causes for your business. So you can, through our RCA agent, you'll be able to pinpoint exactly why something is happening in your business with our root cause analysis. You can also forecast with confidence. You can use our predictive or the data science agent, wherein you can use predictive analytics to see the forecast and you can take proper actions and plan ahead of time. You can rely on these smart agents because the system automatically selects the right AI agent for you, for your query, and gives you the answer instantly. Another good feature is we can go deeper with a lot of context. So this allows you as a user to ask follow-up questions naturally as context retention, and it can ensure a lot of smooth and ongoing drill down exploration. Finally, moving on to couple more, which is in our system, we also provide the capability of running AI-based insights, which can give you accurate real-time insights based on the data. And lastly, we have a lot of collaboration options. So you can share, save all these answers that you're getting with the team to drive collaboration within the team. And while all these features we have, all of this is secure with role-based access control and row-level security. So we are ensuring that your data stays safe and accessible to the right people. So this covers all the key features. I will now move on to the live demo and what will you learn in that. So through this live demo, you'll be able to ask questions and get instant answers, which can allow for quick insights. After this, you'll be able to perform advanced data science tasks such as trend analysis, forecast, change, Pareto analysis, all without writing any code whatsoever. You can also identify root causes behind any of the dips using simple conversational prompts. So today we'll be taking up a particular retail store use case in which we'll showcase how a regional manager or being like a category manager, you can use conversational AI to analyze your store sales data. You'll also see, you'll be able to identify things like what are the top performing regions. You can dip deeper into the customer segments, product categories. You can perform sales trend or forecasting, and you can also pinpoint the root causes behind the sales dips or spikes. So let me move on to the actual live demo itself without further ado. Let me reshare my screen quickly. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, feel free to ask it in the chat. So this is how the Ask Me product looks like. So I can ask few questions right away in the tool. But before that, let me explain a quick demo of the tool. So in the left, what you see is all your conversations that you have asked so far. You can pin certain important conversations if you want to share it for later use. You can see all your saved insights in one place. You can see all your shared insights in one place if you have shared any so far. Similarly, if I move to the product, yeah. So as you can see, we have different agents that can help you perform different analytics. You can choose the scope of your analysis from here, wherein you can choose which dataset or schema you want to ask questions on. You have all the list of agents. Our master agent will select automatically the right agent for you. You don't have to worry much about changing it. We support all the different options of all the different LLMs. And on the left, you have different analysis modes and all these. And in the right below corner, you can also look at what kind of data set am I having, right? What kind of measures or attribute I have within this data sets so that I can ask the right questions. So everything is available to you right here. All right. So let me quickly start by asking the first question. So suppose I'm a regional manager and I want to understand that what are my most top 5 regions by profit. So in terms of natural language, you can just go and simply ask, what are my most profitable top 5 regions, right? So it will be able to give you the most profitable regions. So even though you have asked in very much natural language, you can see in the data summary that it has understood that by profitable, most profitable, you need to pick the the profit column, you need to sort it by descending order, and you need to pick the top five regions. So all this intelligence is applied in the backend, and the right query and the right results are shown to you in the front end, right? Similarly, I can also be interested in looking at, okay, what are my bottom regions by gain, right? So this is another interesting feature that we have in Lumenore Ask Me, wherein you can put certain synonyms and catchphrases behind the scenes, behind the schema, and you'll be able to pick that up on the go. So I have already defined a synonym called as gain, which by which I mean, profit. So you'll be able to automatically map the gain to the profit, and it will be able to what were the total five regions by lowest gain. So as you can see, it has taken my profit as total gain, right? So all this industry context, you can set it up straight ahead before asking questions. You can set it up as part of the AI readiness. You can add descriptions to your column. You can add synonyms to your column. And all these context will be taken in when you are actually asking those questions. So you have to set it up once and you can use it anytime. So I can see as a regional manager that, okay, Canada is maybe having pretty much lesser profits, and I might want to deep dive into, what is happening across Canada and by category. So I can just simply type for region equal to Canada, give me profit by category. So the AI will be intelligently able to handle the filters and will be able to show you for the region Canada what are the different categories and how you are doing in these different categories. Now, the data that I have is spanning from 2021 to 2025. Now, if I want to say, I want to filter only for the 2025, I want to look at the latest data. So it will be able to filter it on the go. And as you can see, it has shown me the total profit by category in Canada for 2025. So as you can see, I'm able to understand, okay, furniture might be having lesser profits compared to technology and office supplies. So I might want to understand more about this in future, which I'll show you in as part of the RCA. And suppose I want to look at the customer segments also. So what I can do is simply type certain follow-up questions on top of this. Okay, so I want to understand total profit by category and segment in Canada for 2025. So for all that, I don't have to type all of that again. I can just say, add customer segment to this. So since we retain a lot of previous context for the last 4 to 5 questions, you'll be able to understand what kind of question you're asking, and you'll be able to pick the question from the top. So here as you can see, it is picking up total profit by category and customer segment for Canada in 2025, right? So as you can see, it has already created a group chart for me. Now, if I want to change the chart type, if I don't feel comfortable analyzing in this chart type, I can simply write as, change chart type to column chart. So this is where our visualization agent comes into the picture, right? So you can see the visualization agent was automatically called by the master agent, and it was able to show me the right visualization as I requested in my query. So you can do a lot of this NLQ based transformations just by writing in this chart, right? So now you can see I'm able to see my data, visualize my data a little better. And I can see that, the profits for Canada in 2025 is a bit lower in the furniture category. And we are not getting much sales in the furniture category for either the corporate or the government segment. In technology as a category, I'm getting lesser sales from one of the segments. So if you feel that you need certain more insights to read this chart more carefully, we also have the feature of AI insights. So with just one simple click of a button, you can go to AI insights and you can select generate, right? So based on the data that is there on the chart, AI will be able to showcase certain insights to you, right? So as you can see, anyone with lesser technical know-how also will be able to understand this chart, right? So it is saying that office supplies generate the highest profit across segments. Individual customers are key profit drivers. Individual customer segments, as we can see, it is having the highest profits across all categories. Technology category shows diverse contribution, whereas in furniture lacks in profitability. Now, based on these insights, the AI can also suggest certain recommendations. The recommendations can get more and more niche once you start running more and more questions here, right? So you can focus on marketing on individual for office supplies and technology. You need to expand government and corporate outreach. You need to reassess the furniture strategy, analyze the pricing assortment, marketing for furniture, specifically, targeting individuals. So all these kind of insights can be generated on the go to give you a sense of good direction where you can head from here on. So we've covered the AI insights part. Now we also can run very complex questions also. So if I want to say that how my sales distribution vary by subcategory for, say, category furniture in region Canada in 2025. So I can ask these sort of questions as well. And AI will be able to break it down and show me the final result based on whether the data is present, right? So you can see it was such a complex query wherein we were asking about multiple uh, filters like category equal to furniture, region equal to Canada. It also extracted the year as 2025, and it is able to give us the subcategories. So as you can see, for Canada, there is only one subcategory, which is the furnishings, and we are able to get the sales for that. So even such complex queries, AI can understand and run it in one go. So that is the beauty of the natural language that we are bringing in with the Ask Me tool. Now imagine you have done a profit analysis till now based on your regions, categories, segments, right? But what if you want to do certain analysis on how my profit margins are doing? So you can see by just typing a /A, I can look attributes that are in my data. By typing like a /M, I can see the different measures that are there in my data. So I can see I have a profit, I have a sales, but essentially I don't have a column for profit margin. So what I can do is I can just simply type, that calculate profit margin percentage by region. And I can give the definition that I want to calculate it as profit divided by sales into 100. Through this, what AI can do is understand that you want to create a new measure, and it will create that new measure on the go. You can review the formula used as sum of profit divided by sales into 100, and it has created that on the go measure for you, which is the profit margin percentage. So this allows for creating measures on the go and doing analysis on top of them as well. So as you can see, I was able to get the profit margin percentage by region. So far we saw that Canada was having lower profits, but when we looked at from a lens of profit margin, the story be completely different. So Canada is actually having higher profit margins, even though it has lower profits. So now I would want to look, maybe some other regions as a regional manager, maybe Southeast Asia, maybe EMEA. Like, why am I having such low profit margins? So I can just simply write, filter for Southeast Asia region, EMEA region, and I can ask more and more follow-up questions, like that. So that is how you can deep dive more and look at your data from different angles when talking about the natural language querying. You can also move on to the next part, which is your data science analytics. So as you can see that we also have a data science agent. So what it enables the user to do is you can ask advanced questions such as trend forecast, by directly typing in the chat. So you don't have to create any model per se. So now, suppose as a category manager or as a regional manager, I want to look at how my, trends are looking for the sales by month, right? So in the backend, the master agent will be automatically able to call the data science agent and prepare the trend analysis, right? So as you can see, let me do a full screen for you. So as you can see, you are able to see the trend based on 2021 to 2025. And you can actually analyze whether my trend for sales is getting positive, going in the positive direction, or going in the negative direction. So I can see from here, the overall trend is almost minus 13%. So we can see that the sales are going down a little bit as we talk about from 2021 to 2025. So this can be a good insight into, how, where all you can even deep dive more that where all regions, categories, segments, channels, your sales is going down and what all actions you want to take further. So this can be a good starting point to understand how things are going in terms of trend, right? So you can also see the changes month over month. So you can see that there is a negative change of 47%, from June to July and how the trends are. So this gives you an advanced analysis chart on the go, wherein you have to just simply type, in natural language query, that trend analysis of sales by month. Everything else is taken care by our data science agent. Similarly, a lot of predictive analytics is needed in the business to plan ahead of time, right? So I can ask simple questions such as prediction analysis of sales by, say, order date month. You can also predict profits and other measures as well. So again, we are running the profit model in the background, and you are able to see the predictions. We also see the mean error, mean squared errors on the top. We can see which model was used. And in the green line is where you are able to see, the predictions. So based on the previous historical data, the system is able to run a prediction model, which is the profit model, and give you how your future sales can be, right? And it is showing you it as the green line. So you can plan ahead of time in terms of you can similar use cases can be you can predict inventory where you can plan ahead of time to get the right supply demand to fill the supply demand gap. So all these sort of different use cases can be run by a simple prediction analysis. Now, suppose as a category manager, I am interested in looking at how much each of my subcategory is contributing to different sales, right? So to me, like a Pareto analysis comes into my mind, which can help me understand like which 20% of my subcategories are contributing to say 80% of my profits. So this is also something that you can easily run in Ask Me, wherein you can ask, say, Pareto analysis of profit by subcategory, right? So this gives you a neatly defined chart where you can understand that, okay, maybe almost 75% of my profit is coming from these top 4 to 5 categories, such as copiers, phones, bookcases, chairs, appliances, right? So it makes analysis very easy. You can understand it right from the chart itself. Similarly, you can also perform certain other analysis such as change, trend, outliers, all these analysis, even correlation, all these sort of other analysis can also be performed using the data science agent that you have. And I don't even have to switch it. My master agent will take care of it, which agent to run based on the query. The next most important analysis is, the root cause analysis. When we talk about business, I think that is one of the important analysis that we might want to do to understand the why behind the things, right? So till now, we were only focusing on the what. So moving on, we can ask why type questions as well. So suppose, again, I'll take a very simple example. I'm looking at my, say, regional sales, right? And I see that particularly for one of the regions, the sales is pretty low, right? So I can ask like a why type question that why is my sales low in East, right? And from here on, the system will understand your request and will automatically shift to the RCA agent, right? So we do have a defined process flow for the RCA agent, wherein you can select one particular measure, you can pick which particular date and frequency you want to do this analysis on, right? So when you're saying your sales is low in East, whether you want to look at year over year, you want to look at quarter over quarter, you want to look at month over month. So all these can be selected. Now, based on that change analysis, what the AI will be able to show you is a top contributors list, right? So suppose the sales is dipping by 100K in East region between 2 quarters. What are the top contributing factors that are leading to this, right? So I'll show you this in action, right? So first of all, as you can see, when I asked about why sales low in East, it asked me to pick a date and then it will ask me to pick a frequency. So suppose I want to pick, say, order date. And for this analysis, maybe I want to look at quarterly as the frequency, right? So based on these two inputs, AI automatically creates a change analysis chart for me, which can show me, okay, for the region East, by each order date quarter, how am I doing, right? So if I want to focus on the latest regions, I can see that this here has probably not been that good for the East. So that might have been one of the reasons that, because we are having lower sales in East when compared to other regions. So if I want to focus only on the between quarter 1 and quarter 2, I can see there is a dip of almost, say, $9,000, right? And there is almost like a 29% of dip. So if I want to investigate dip, AI is giving me these day trend suggestions as well. So I'll just probably click on this. If you want to do it on other quarters, you can simply type compare this quarter with this, right? Or you can even do compare quarter 1 of 2024 with quarter 1 of 2025. So all these things you can simply write here. But in the interest of time, let me just select one of these date ranges from here. So remember our original analysis was we saw sales by region, we saw a dip in East region. Then we observed that, okay, in East region also, we are seeing a larger dip between quarter 2 and quarter 1, and almost the difference is 9,000K. So all this analysis, once I select the date range, AI runs the analysis in the backend and try to show me a picture that between quarter 1 and quarter 2, what was happening with other lenses, right? So when I talk about lenses, what was happening for different categories. So when I look at categories, so office supply saw a dip between quarter 1 and quarter 2 by, say, minus 4K. This particular customer did not buy with us more, like it went below from 4K to 440. No, so this customer, yeah, so 4,000 to 440, right? So there was a change of almost minus 4.3. This particular subcategory, which is the storage subcategory, we saw almost 3K dip here, right? And similarly for different customer segments, like individual customer segment was performing well in quarter 1, but it saw almost a minus 8% dip, in minus 8K dip, that is like a almost 40% dip. So through this, you are able to get a larger picture that which particular factors might be that overall dip of 9.5K, right? So almost 40% or 90% is coming from only one customer segment or one order priority. So this is how you can deep dive more. As you can see in the below option, you can filter and deep dive more into the options of customer segment individual, and you'll be able to see this whole table filter for only individual customer segment. And you can see, okay, what is happening in East in individual customer segment between Q1 and Q2. So this way you can keep drilling down and reach the root causes based on your business context, right? You can also see how my other measures were doing, like sales was anything changing, like a discount or quantity, which is leading to this dip, right? So I can use an AI suggestion, which was compare with other measures, and I can get that table automatically generated for me, right? So you can see I have the correlation of sales with these different measures such as profit, quantity, order discount, etc. So what I'm able to see that for order discounts also reduced a bit, the profit reduced, the quantity reduced, right? So these can be certain factors because of which, so if we might have reduced the order discount, there it might have led to lesser sales. This can be one of the reasons. You can obviously deep dive more into these as well. But as we say, like correlation is not always causation. So these can be one of the reasons why your sales is dipping, right? You can carry on further. You can compare on more date ranges. You can change your time ranges, your date lenses, etc. Until and unless you're able to reach the final conclusion of the RCA. So this is how Ask Me helps you to perform various analysis, such as advanced analysis that I showed you about trend, prediction, Pareto. You can ask very much complex queries. As you can see, the system is able to resolve that. You can ask follow-up questions. You can ask on-the-go filtration. You can create even on-the-go measures, like I did for the profit margins, and you can do a root cause analysis based on simple conversation by just typing, right? So all these business related functions can be carried out within the Ask Me tool, and it can be shared and saved for later, right? You can just save this. You can even share it with your teammates, right? You can share it in app. You can share it on WhatsApp. You can share it on Teams, so that the insights are much quicker. So this way, we are helping in making the conversational AI and analytics much easier and accessible to all the business users, wherein you can type your questions in natural language and you are able to get the insights and the answers very quickly. So this pretty much covers everything that we wanted to for this particular session. We can have any other questions, any open questions. Um, in the chat, and I'll have to answer those. If not, our team will get back to you after this. Let me just go through certain questions. Meanwhile, if you have more questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. Let me just stop sharing my screen and get back to the chat itself. Yeah, I'm reading one of the questions. So there was one of the questions that does the Ask Me work on only the attributes and measures that is available in the system? So yeah, so as I showed you in one of the examples, even though I did not had that particular option of profit margin in my data, right? So I did not have any column such as profit margin in my data, but I was able to directly create that by giving the formula in the chat. So if you're able to give the formula in the chat, it can create an on-the-go parameter which you can ask further questions on. So yes, it allows to ask questions on newly created parameters as well. I hope I was able to answer your question. The next question, let me go through that. Right. So we make sure that have all the AI guardrails in place. So none of the data is shared with any of the LLM models, right? So we have our privacy policy defined for that. None of these data is shared with the AI. Only the metadata, which is your column names, is something that is shared. Rest, none of the data is shared with any of the AIs. And also we use the Azure APIs for the LLM. We are not using any of the OpenAI models. So that is not used for training any of the OpenAI models. So we are secure and safe, and we have all the right AI guidelines in place and all the guardrails and in place so that your business data is not shared with AI. Also, we do have the functionality of connecting with a lot of different connectors. So we have almost 80 plus connectors wherein you can connect with Excel CSVs and all the different SAP connectors. We have all the Redshift, Greenprim, Live connectors options as well. So you can connect to any type of data through Ask Me. So once you have connected and brought in the data, the Ask Me tool will be able to help you analyze on top of that. Um, Yeah, so let me just read through another question. Yeah, so for the predictive analytics, you can see the mean squared errors and the absolute errors as well in the models. So based on the auto ML, the AI engine, the ML engine, the best model for you, right? Which is having the highest accuracy. And in the chart itself, you'll be able to see uh, how much accuracy or the MSE is for your models and which model is currently being used to showcase the forecasting for you. Let me look at some other questions. So we do have a list of connectors which you can connect the data from, and maybe we can share it with you one-on-one, Ashutosh. Um, so yeah, all types of connectors are available. I'll share the list with you as well, Ashutosh. Thank you. Do we have any more questions, team? I'll be happy to answer. You can just type it in the chat and we'll be able to take it. Luminore is a product that comprises of certain other modules. So we do have a dashboard development module as well, Kaushal. Maybe we can connect one-on-one with you for that. So for today's webinar, we only focused on the conversational AI module, but we do have the whole data integration low-code ETL module as well. We also have the dashboard module as well. So maybe we can connect one-on-one for that. The pricing, Siva, we can share with you separately, or you can just go to our Luminor website and you'll be able to see all the different pricing options there as well. And you can just select the contact sales option from there as well, and our sales team can reach you there. So we can put the Luminor website link as well here quickly. We will connect. Yeah, and Siva will connect individually with you after this meeting. Thank you. Siva, we do offer both individual and enterprise model. So we can share you the website link. You can go to luminor.com and you'll be able to see both individual and enterprise model as well. So Dheeraj, I think we'll need to get in touch with you team, right, to understand what can be the total time of implementation. Um, for this, we'll need to understand what are your architectural requirements, what is the business requirement for you, and how you want to proceed. So once we have all this information, we'll be able to give you a final quotation and the total time of implementation as well, right? But it is pretty quick. It does not take a lot of time to set up. The process is pretty smooth and quicker. So, but we need to get all your architectural requirements before we provide a total time of implementation for you. So Shajan, I think we'll get back to you. So we'll have to check the version that you are using currently, right? So we'll get back to you that all these different options it might not be enabled in your organization for now. So we can connect enable for your organization all the AI agents and all the different new options that have come, right? So yeah, we can enable that for you. So yes, Ashutosh, it is able to show you the AI insights and recommendation based on your chart data. So on the chart data itself, as I showed you that you will be able to click on the AI insights button. So based on that, it will be able to show you certain basic level insights and even recommendations based on the industry standards. So I showed you an example also in this meeting. So maybe you can go and have a look at that example as well. So Anupam, if you have a question, you'll have to type it in the chat. Thank you. Any more questions, team? Still have 5 more minutes, 7 more minutes. In case I've missed any questions, we'll definitely get back to you after this meeting as well. Yes, Anupam, we have deployed these features to a lot of clients' data as well. We can share the examples and case studies with you. So if you're okay, we can connect one-on-one with you and showcase certain examples as well, where we have deployed all these features in the client's data as well. and I'll be emailing the presentation as well that I just showed you guys. And we'll be happy to connect one-on-one in case you want to know more about the tool. My sales team, my technical team, we can get on a one-on-one call and understand your requirement, and we can take it from there. Any other questions, team? All right, I think we are good. So thank you everyone for your time and have a great day ahead. Thank you for joining this call, and I hope you were able to learn something new. Yes, Shajan, we can definitely schedule a one-on-one call. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.